not gonna lie. I kid you not. You can quote me on this. We're going to see another Jedi in Ahsoka, and it's either going to be Luke. Hopefully, we see Mace Windu. Hopefully, that would be a great addition to the story, just to give us that fan service.
I feel like that to be able to put Mace Windu back into the story, they would have to be, bruh, like God-like storytelling, because you gotta finagle, you gotta finesse this so well to make it make sense on where he been and why he, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, though. Hear me out on this, though.
Saved his fall.
You can either do it to where...
No, I was like, you right, because I was just thinking, I'm like, bro, you really gonna have to break down, like, how did he survive that fall? Like, did he use his force powers to, like, survive the fall or something? Like, they gonna have to really, they kind of did that with Boba Fett when we thought that, I'm thinking that Boba Fett was dead, bro, and they kind of broke down, bro, how he still escaped. So I'm like, they can kind of do that with Mace Windu too, bro.
Well, he could survive the fall. I'm 100% positive that Mace Windu could survive that fall. What my question is, if he did, how would they create a story that makes sense as to where he has been this whole time?
That he is one
that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Hear me out, though. I'm not saying just straight up introduce Mace Windu as alive. I'm saying it could even very well be a Force ghost. Because remember my theory about a Force ghost. In order for you to see this Force ghost, you have to be somewhat in tune more so with the light side of the Force, because you never see a Force ghost as a Sith. This is a light side thing. And I feel like in order for
light side ability, you're correct.
So in order for you to see this Force ghost, you have to have interacted with this Force sensitive person. And I'm not going to say Jedi, but someone that's on the light side, right? Someone that's in tune with the light. Because the only Force ghost that Luke was able to see was Obi-Wan and Yoda. That's why I'm like, okay, it's possible that Ahsoka could see Mace Windu because she did interact with him. She did go on some missions with him. And it's not like she'd be able to see Obi-Wan because he may not be dead. Nor will she be able to see Yoda because, like, maybe he's dead, maybe he's not, depending on when you're watching, like, depending on when Ahsoka is taking place. But also from the standpoint of, obviously it's not going to be Vader, again, depending on when it's taking place. But I'm like, maybe the last resort could be Mace Windu. Because if it's going to be about Thrawn, it's like, okay, this could very well just be post Revenge of the Sith, but not after Return of the Jedi. So somewhere in the middle of that, it could very well be, like, meeting with Thrawn. In fact, the whole story of Thrawn came from Rebels, didn't it?
Yes. No. Technically, it came from the Thrawn books back in the 90s.
Okay, so Legends, as they're calling it now.
Yeah.
So it is, like I said, it is dual. I mean, like, as far as like Ahsoka's deal with Thrawn, mostly comes from Rebels. Like, as far as her interaction with Thrawn.
Yeah, right? I think Ahsoka's story is so. I'm not even going to touch theorizing what her show could be about because there's so much gap in where she's been. Like, she could do anything, and she's a true great Jedi, which means she followed where the Force took her, right. Which is why I believe that Thrawn is the one in charge of cloning, because I believe the Force took her to, like, because we have to realize, like, she never met Thrawn. She don't know Thrawn. By the time the Empire rose, she already left the Jedi Order, bruh. So she has no purpose as to why she would even want to fight or go look for Thrawn. Think of it. No purpose as to what at all, besides him, fight him and Ezra going off and doing their thing. But if that was the case, she'll be like, where's Ezra?
True.
So I believe Thrawn is, like, really doing some shady stuff, trying to bring the Empire back. And I believe that her purpose, why she's even interested, is to, like, fight for the honor of the Jedi, like, for the future of the Jedi, for example. Like, you got to think about it. What other reason why she ever want to fight Thrawn? Thrawn's only purpose is to, like, build the Empire up or do their thing, but she's not tripping off of that because they do it.
We ain't gonna stay too. I ain't gonna stay too much longer. But that's what I was just saying, though, because of what I was saying. Like, as far as the whole Mandalorian story, branching off. That's why I was like having that theory about Ahsoka, because like you said, with Thrawn, it's about cloning, which is what they found out in season 2 of Mandalorian,
Right.
which goes also into like the trilogy, like this new trilogy. That's why I'm like it's gonna be so much, and I believe they're gonna give us fan service because like you said, it's Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, and who is Dave Filoni's like damn near favorite Star Wars character? It's most likely Ahsoka. Because that's his creation, so he's gonna do.
His favorite. Yeah, that was his first one. Like George was like, "We're not going to put an apprentice for Anakin," and he's like, "Yeah, we are," and they did.
And she turned out great.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, yo, like just because of that alone, from what we've seen in this, like that's how it's gonna be done now. I think each movie, not movie. They need to make these into movies as well, but I think that's why
they need to do the movies,
right? That's why I'm like, okay, each series is gonna have 1, maybe 2 episodes that's gonna branch off into something totally like into a whole new thing.
Yeah,
I think that and y'all can quote me on this because I really truly believe this. I believe that these seasons that we're getting has been mostly to show us the world outside of the Jedi.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah,
and I love it, and we all love it because that's all we've been wanting to see. We love the Jedi, but we know that Jedi are few with the galaxy compared to the galaxy. I believe the next 2 shows, which is sorry, the next show. Did y'all hear about that May release?
yeah.
May 4th, baby, is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought
it was May 25th.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because they was bringing up that.
I think it's May the 4th. Be with you. I think it was. I think it said May. Was it May 24th? Maybe I was tripping.
Nah, because it was something about May 5th because it's the 45th anniversary when I think A New Hope came out.
Yeah, New Hope.
Or something like that.
That's what I was reading too. So
but it would make sense for it to come out on the 4th.
Oh, well, anyway, all I know.
I was thinking here it says May 25th on Wednesday before Memorial Day. So I don't know.
Anyway, May is when Obi-Wan's supposed to be dropping. Yeah. I truly believe that Obi-Wan. I believe that not only Ahsoka go show up in Obi-Wan, I believe that we already know that Darth Vader going to show up in Obi-Wan, but I believe that this show, this whole season is going to show us how a Jedi survives post purge and growth of in the development of the Empire, like how they really survive. Go ahead, Sully.
I was saying, bro, you know who we need in this Obi-Wan show, bro. You already know.
Which one?
Who we need in this Obi-Wan show, bro? Who was the person
bro.
that really?
I know. Just imagine, like, think of it like this. Obi-Wan, bro. Don't start.
It would. It's only.
I'm going to lose it because that would be honestly the last chance that he could ever show up. You got 2 other shows. You got. Because we don't know when Ahsoka is going to take place, but I believe Ahsoka is going to take place, obviously, post-Purge and during the time where she's looking for Thrawn. So this is probably Mandalorian time.
Yeah.
This is 5 years after. This is 5 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Right.
So, this is I believe that's the case. And if y'all ever read the Thrawn book. If y'all read it, it's most likely what he's going to do.
Hopefully.
But I believe that if they're ever going to show Quinlan Voss, bro, it's going to be in Obi-Wan.
It has to be.
If they're ever going to show him live action, it's going to be Obi-Wan. But the reason why... Oh, go ahead, Solly.
No. I mean, just to piggyback off that, we've literally gotten... So, it would really make sense for him to show because... I was super shocked. I was hoping they'd show us Cad Bane, but I was really surprised that they really threw him in Boba Fett. So the fact that this character, Quinlan Voss, who's crossed paths with Sith, Jedi, bounty hunter, just so many different paths. He's crossed paths with Ahsoka. He's crossed paths with Anakin, Obi-Wan, bro. Literally, Cad Bane. They had their little fight.
He's been on Tatooine.
Yeah, there has to be some way, bro. The thing that they can't do in this Obi-Wan episode is give us fillers. We can't have no type of filler episodes. It's only 6. It's only supposed to be 6. Nah, for real, bro.
Like they better not give us no fillers.
And like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like the episodes, I'm hoping they really do so well with this show, and I hope that the episodes are not drawn out, pointless, but like, I mean, they're not gonna be super action packed, but we need a lot because Obi-Wan's history, man, is so much. Like, they gotta have the main parts, you know, obviously post Purge and up until, you know, whenever, I guess. Like, whenever, I guess, Luke is like a teenager, I guess. They have to have all that ready to go, mapped out. And they need to give the fans Quinlan Voss. They really do.
It's a fan service show, bro. They have to do that, bro.
A whole nother path. Let's introduce the character like that. Literally open up a whole new like
show in
general.
general.
Because now everybody wants. So when Ahsoka got introduced, everybody's like, we want background on her. When Boba Fett came in, they're like, oh, we need more stuff on him. You know, now when Cad Bane showed up, everybody's like, who is this guy? Like, we need more stuff on him. They open up another pathway like that. It's just gonna keep flowing. Like, yo, who's this character, bro? Like, whoa, like who was this dude doing? Like, where was he at during all that stuff, bro? Is like, I think that's key for like Star Wars' future, bro. Like, and they need, like you said, they need to, bro. This is the last opportunity they get,
bro. It's the last chance you get to. This is the reality, y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all so real right now. This is the last chance that we will see Jedi for a long time. You have to understand. In Ahsoka's story, you will not see no other Jedi unless she's talking to Obi-Wan or Luke or any of the Jedi that we currently see. We're not seeing no new character, bruh.
Yeah.
For like 6 years.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta realize.
Yeah.
We better get something. You right, Solly. If I see a filler, bruh, it's bad. It's bad. We better get nonstop. And I know y'all. I know he in Tatooine.
Yeah.
I know his whole point is to hide out, so it's probably gonna be a little slow starting off.
Yeah.
But I need to see nonstop. Bruh, Vader, his Inquisitor.
Exactly.
I want to see the Purge. I want to see these Jedi fighting for their lives, bro. I want to see Gutter, Grig. I want to see Jedi kill somebody like viciously because they got to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to see my Vader in his prime, bro.
That's gonna be dark, bro. Bro. I'm about to have to send all y'all the link to my storage on the comic on my storage, which is the Jedi Purge, bro. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. And there's so many comics from the Jedi Purge. There's the Blue Harvest. There's Jedi Purge. There's just there's one just called Star Wars, and it's with Quinlan Voss and everything. But like, bruh, these Jedi completely disassembled. There's lightsabers. Some of them sold their crystals, bruh. Some of them threw them away. Some of them kept the crystals, bruh. And some people I'm telling you, like, some people literally became bounty, started families, and you just never knew they were Jedi ever. Like, Quinlan Voss, bruh, was the first, and I'm not joking, bruh. He was the first, he was the first Jedi to escape the Jedi Purge. And he was the only one to escape completely, like, smooth like like everyone knew Yoda escaped. Everyone knew Obi-Wan escaped. They was looking for them forever, right? Everyone knew people escaped. No one knew Quinlan Voss escaped. They thought bro was dead, gone, and on Kashyyyk. Bruh, he's just amazing. I think that they should really show characters like that because you can really see what the Empire could push a Jedi to do.
Yeah.
Right? Obi-Wan, even in his hiding, Obi-Wan had did some stuff, but he never crossed that line. I want to see a Jedi cross that line over to the dark side to have to fight the dark side. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep. I feel it. Yeah.
That would be like...
Isn't that...
Oh, we never seen that.
The character y'all talking about, isn't that the dude that looked like Tarzan or something like that? The Quinlan Voss dude y'all talking about?
Black Tarzan, Black Tarzan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I heard about that dude. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
bro, I know you did, because I talked about him all the time.
Every chance we get.
Yeah, that's Frank.
For real.
But he's technically,
Right.
technically he's not the only Jedi that escaped
you gotta
the
get that
purge,
paint.
right? But he can't be the only one that escaped the purge if that's the case, then, right?
He ain't though. He's So there were many Jedi who escaped the purge. There's a few of them that are of note that like you want to hear their story. There's about 10 of them.
Yeah.
And their stories are really good. And there's about maybe 3 of them that their stories are like epic. One is Quinlan Voss. One is this, his name is I can't think of the name right now, but his comic is called Blue Harvest. If y'all ever want to look into it.
I remember that was the code name for the original one, for the original movie, wasn't it?
What? Blue Harvest?
That's what I
Wasn't Blue
heard,
Harvest
too,
the code name for episode 4?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
I thought
you're right.
I don't know.
'Cause I remember
I thought Blue
Family Guy
Harvest was
referenced
one of
that.
them.
Yeah, I remember Family Guy referenced that. Yeah, that is
Oh, I don't
true.
know. But I know that I truly believe that Obi-Wan's story is going to be the Jedi Purge. But I believe that, and maybe this is just a marketing thing, they could have called it, I think it's going to be mostly about the Jedi Purge. They could have just called it the Jedi Purge, and we would have been hella interested. But we probably wouldn't have been as interested in Obi-Wan. So,
Bro, this is a
that's
complete
a good
fan
market.
service show, bro. Because I'm like, we all know Obi is he's basically gone at this point, bro. So I'm like, giving this gotta be a complete fan service show. So I'm like, bro, I expect this to give it like they gotta get the fans what they want in this one, bro. I think this is a complete fan service show, even outside of like the Boba Fett one, bro. This is supposed to be like the masterpiece right here. 'Cause they bringing back all the iconic characters back in this one, like you know what I'm saying, like the ones
yeah,
that
this
people
supposed to
love
be
the
the
most.
masterpiece, bro. Like, why, bro? I really think Dave Filoni and them are doing great stuff. Like, why would you bring Chrysanthemum in here? We know why you brought Chrysanthemum in, and he got the star, bro.
Right.
Y'all artists, bro. This is pretty good stuff. You brought Chrysanthemum in here because you know he about to go. We have to realize this. There's going to be an episode, and I got bet this, and y'all can put me on record on this one. There's going to be an episode with Jabba the Hutt in it. And in that episode with Jabba the Hutt in it, Jabba's going to commission an assassin or a bounty hunter to go find Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
I promise you this. I promise you.
That makes sense.
And if I'm wrong, I want you guys to all like shun me. Like, you was wrong. I ain't wrong. No, I'm telling you. There's going to be at least one episode with Jabba the Hutt, and Jabba the Hutt is going to commission somebody to go find Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Or to go, they might not know it's Obi-Wan. They might go find this guy in the desert who's stopping all our, our spice runners or whatever.
Yeah, because
Or,
some people in Tatooine
you know
didn't even
what?
know that was Obi-Wan. They
Hey,
just looked at him as like an
piggyback off
old
that.
dude. Yeah, they just looked at him as like an old wino or something like that. Some people didn't even realize that was Obi-Wan that was basically looking after that little planet, you know what I'm saying? After all that stuff that happened.
They
I
did.
feel like what you said, Frank, I feel like that is going to happen. And picture this. Picture Jabba the Hutt hiring multiple assassins or bounty hunters to go find Obi-Wan, and Croissant is the only one that made it out
Right.
Oh, yeah.
with the scar.
I did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I have
could
heard
see
that
happening
story.
too. Like,
Yeah.
he came back like, nah, bro. I'm going to need more coin on this one. Like,
I mean, that's
Actually,
pretty much what
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, actually, one of my coworkers told me that dude y'all talking about, Obi-Wan, actually had a battle, and that's how he got the. I remember my coworker did tell me that. Yeah. I didn't know about that.
Scar, bro.
yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm not gonna lie. Just from y'all talking about the Obi-Wan series and having to send the Inquisitors, I'm not gonna lie. You know what would lightweight be a good fan service in the Obi-Wan series? Just as a teaser, because during this time Vader is there, and he's going to be talking to his Inquisitors to go out and look for Obi-Wan, do whatever, right? This would be my fan service personally. This is just me. I want the Inquisitors to be kneeling before Vader in his room, but he's looking at he could be looking at the clone of Starkiller. Or be looking, or he could be or you could see somebody walking out of his office, and you can tell from the way he walks, the way his outfit is, that it's Starkiller. because you know the Force Unleashed game was so elite.
It was.
But when they retconned it to where it didn't happen, like you do not know how much of a fan service that would be. Like I said, you don't even have to show Starkiller,
Yeah.
but just to even have that little hint of him there, as Vader is giving the order to the Inquisitors to possibly go find Obi-Wan, because he's like, no, Starkiller ain't gonna be able to handle Obi-Wan. I need to send 3-4 Inquisitors over to wherever he's at. And I'm gonna let this dude go handle this other Jedi.
Yeah.
And they could actually make that would be my fan service. That would be my fan service to somehow let us know that Starkiller is still canon.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about actually bringing it in, and actually making him a canon character, but just changing the story. So
and I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Which I mean, yeah, me too, because the way the first one ended, I was like, that's kind of can. But I mean, having him as a real character and having him probably, having him be Vader's apprentice for a while, because he wasn't a clone at first, right? Wasn't he a kid?
Yeah, he took him as a kid because he knew how strong he was.
Right, and then he made a clone of him, right? I feel like if we get that story, where he does raise him up and everything, and Galen Merrick gains the consciousness that what he's doing is wrong and the dark side is the wrong side, and again they kind of piggyback off that and have him meet or cross other Jedi that kind of not drilling into him, but he kind of understands. I feel like if they take that route, they could actually make his character a fan favorite, dope, because a lot of people again, like you said, they retconned and all that stuff like that. But if they do bring him back and they actually make his canon character and they change the story up and they make it, like Frank said, an elite story, he could be another future. And people are like, damn, they really brought Galen Merrick back. What the hell? That's crazy. So
they tie it in well.
Yeah,
that would be really, I ain't gonna lie, D. That'd be really difficult to tie it in.
Yeah. You know how you tie it in? This is how you tie it in. And I'm not gonna lie, this would lightweight probably bring back some PTSD for some people. but imagine Anakin didn't kill all the younglings. He kept one because he seen that potential in them. And that's how you start off Starkiller. Because remember, in the game,
I always be wondering.
In the game, Vader took him as a child, and then he grew, and then he made him into his apprentice. That's what I'm like. Imagine if Anakin didn't kill one, not necessarily because he let him live, but because he actually escaped. And then later on, you find him as Vader finding the same child, and it's like, nah, I'm gonna take you on because you are this strong. You can help me overthrow.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like
help me overthrow him.
That's kind of like
his whole thing, though. That was his whole thing. His whole thing was to overthrow the Emperor. So it's like, you are this strong. I'm gonna train you. That way, me and you both can overthrow the Emperor, and it would still be the rule of two.
Hey, you know what? I seen a meme on that too. I seen a meme where it was where he had the saber out and it showed all the kids' face, and he had his a little bubble, and it was should I spare one? And it was just but I mean, that's kind of a theory that's been passed around.
I don't think he spared not one. I don't think he let any Jedi out of his sight, even children, because I think that he wanted to be infused with the dark side so much to learn how to save Padme that he completely believed that.
Didn't care.
I need a dark side person to save my woman.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes that do be in the back of my
one
head.
youngling could have got away though because he was that strong.
Probably.
I do be thinking about that
Dust
sometimes,
a kid.
though,
So I mean, if one of them was oh no,
I'm wondering that too, because it just shows how ruthless Anakin was and just killing all them people. I always wonder, did he at least spare just at least one person, bro? Because it seemed like he literally slaughtered everybody that was up in there. Anybody he seen, it was on sight. I hated that part of the scene, but they had to just show that dark turn Anakin, when he just showed his lightsaber in front of the kids. I'm like, bro, he really about to do this, bro? I'm like, damn, bro.
Right.
God, bro.
Well, hey, remember that kid that, what was that dude's name? The general that came back and the clone was like, you have to leave. Remember that? What was his name?
General
General Organa, right?
It was Organa, the one who
Oh
took in
no,
Leia.
you talking about in the Force Unleashed?
No.
In
Revenge of the Sith.
Remember,
Senator
Remember-
Organa.
Senator Organa.
Right.
There we go. Yeah, my bad. Not General. Anyway. Remember, a kid did escape Daenerys. He was a young kid, and he was fighting.
Oh yeah,
and then he was like, I don't know, like because he got that far, but he was trying to protect bruh, and it was too much, and the kid just wasn't.
Personally,
he wasn't
he
experienced.
wouldn't have left those doors if he ran into Anakin.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucked up though. But he wouldn't have left those doors if it came. There was Jedi who escaped, but that was like not. They escaped because they were fighting stormtroopers, not because Anakin let them go.
Imagine just that one. Imagine just that one.
That's one thing that I give Anakin. Like Anakin, I think I texted y'all. Anakin completely was in denial. Like he was the epitome of psychosis. Like he truly was in denial. He's like, I'm not a dark side person, but I want to be dark side so bad because I want to feel better or I want to feel less shitty about myself. So you know what I'm saying? Or I want to punish myself. Also for many reasons, bro. There's one comic that I read and it made me understand Darth Vader so deeply. It was a comic where Darth Maul was brought back to life by Darth Sidious and some like they kind of were like Dathomirian witches, but they were kind of like working for the Empire. And they brought him back because they wanted Darth Vader. Sidious wanted Darth Vader to be better. He wanted him to be dark. Like he wanted to completely be a Sith. And he's fighting him. And Darth Maul is dark, right? Because Darth Maul, like Anakin, can never really beat Darth Maul when he was younger, and he would have when he was older. But now he's all machine, right? And you're not as quick as Darth Maul. So Darth Maul is dogging him, bro. Next you know, Darth Vader, bro, just like grabs his hands, breaks his hands, and he's like, how can you be this powerful? How can you, what can you hate so much to give you this much power? And he says, myself. Cuts him and throws him in the lava. And I was thinking to myself, like, the reason why Darth Vader was the most powerfulest, like, Sith outside of Darth Sidious, really, is because he hated himself more than anything in the universe, bruh.
Yeah. I mean, he had a lot of guilt
Isn't
to
that
himself,
why when he
bro.
went? Right, because isn't that why when he went to go kill the Separatists? Like I remember he turns around and you see his eyes. He's fully gone dark side. He's a Sith. Like you see the red in his eyes, but you also see that tear.
Right.
Yeah.
See that tear, and I'm like, wait, how can you? I'm like, you can't have this feeling.
Yeah.
As a dark user, you can't have that. But like you just said, it's like, he's crying because he hates himself so much.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he
And I know
okay,
we got
because
like
he's
over here,
flawed, bro.
He was in
I know we got on a tangent over here, but just from like how Boba Fett stand off from Mandalorian, there's a lot that could do this just from spinning off of Mandalorian. Though we gotta do a whole other video on this one because this is we gotta talk about the next video just Star Wars theories and we all just come up with something.
I know.
Like, How can these stupid lit?